Assalamu alaikum. Get to know your Lord. First part of the Right Belief series by Sheikh Karim Abu Zaid. This dynamic literary work of art's main goal is to revive an understanding the names and attributes of Allah. And understanding the name and attributes of Allah will elevate our faith, strengthen us, and keep us steadfast. This wonderful book is now available in an audiobook format and can be found free of charge on YouTube, channel Karim Abu Zaid. Get to know your Lord. You have nothing to lose.
You will make it through. The fitra is awake in you. With Quran and Sunnah by your side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through. You will make it through. The fitra is awake in you. With Quran and Sunnah on his side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through. With Quran and Sunnah on his side, here's a place where it will thrive. You will make it through.
I want to welcome everybody to our first class for today, and this is our class on diluting wal Bara. This is the series written by Sheikh Karim Abu Zaid. May Allah bless him. Allah forgive him of all his. Ameen. You know, it's all about preparing for the hereafter. It's all about preparing for the grave. You know, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told the companions, and he was telling us too, you know, never forget the destroyer of pleasure. Never forget the destroyer of pleasure. And what is the destroyer of pleasure? Death. Death can come to us at any moment. Are you prepared for it? What preparations have you made? I could have died today. Oh, yeah. Let me share, you know, what happened with me today. You know, I always have funny stories, but they all be real because life is a drama. Yeah, I had to get up today. Y'all know I had to take my car for maintenance. I lease, trying to avoid interest. Got enough interest with them credit cards that you got to have. You got to have credit in order to do anything in America. So I lease to avoid the interest. Nice car. Top of the line. Luxury. That's me. But it has to get maintenance work done every so many miles. Well, I finally got 5,000. I don't go nowhere. I got 5,000 miles on my car. Went to get my maintenance checkup. He said, you know, I'm going to give you all kind of stuff. He said, you ain't got no miles on this car. He said, it's time for me to get a new one. He said, how the heck you got a car and you ain't put not even 5,000 miles on it? I told him because I don't go anywhere. I had knee surgery when I leased that car, and I don't have to work anymore. I don't drive to work anymore. So, you know, I went, he said, okay, we'll take care of it. Go sit down, have a seat. There's coffee. I said, you got Starbucks? Yeah, Starbucks machine, right? Starbucks over there. Help yourself. I went and got my coffee, sat down. I wasn't thinking, you know, I feel good today. You know, I lost a lot of weight. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about it. I lost about 25 pounds, y'all. Sure did. Life will do that to you, worrying over this website. Oh, yeah. So anyway, I'm feeling good. I can bounce. I can run. You know, my knees feel a lot better since I had that knee surgery. So I'm not thinking. I'm thinking I'm back to my normal self. Had my coffee, went and sat down, pulled out my Kindle so I can read my paranormal romance book on the werewolves. You know, the werewolves and got their fight going on. So I wanted to see which pack wins. Does the red timber pack win or the black timber pack win? So I'm reading. And then they called my name, Miss Nasheeba, your car is ready. Guys, Latifah, are you listening to me, Latifah? Latifah, I couldn't get up out the chair. The couch I sat on was so low to the floor, but I was feeling good today. I just sat there because, you know, I don't have no pain in my knees, and I'm able to bend because I exercise every day. I can jump now. I can run. I can do all kind of flips. You know, I sat down like anybody else, but I went, oh. I couldn't get up. My knees wouldn't bend. My knees only go 90%. I got my knee, which they said is good. I'll never be 100% because that's just how bad my knees were. That's why I had to have a replacement surgery. But my knees will bend to 90%. That chair required 112% to get up because it was one of them low couches. You have to really, I sat there. I couldn't get up. So I took off my shoes. I said, well, maybe if I take off my shoes, because I could grip the floor with my feet, you know, and I can do like a duck and try to paddle up. You know? Why did I do that? I gripped the floor with my toes and my feet, and I fell over, and the couch fell over. Whoosh. I went backwards, and I was legs up. Ah! I'm screaming. I've never been so embarrassed in my life. I got on my new Somali outfit. You know, my Bantus take care of me. Yeah, this is one of my Somali outfits. You know, batwing abaya. Imagine, batwing abaya turned topsy up, legs up in the air, everything exposed. Most embarrassing thing of my life. So the people ran to help me. Thank God. I don't think they looked at my exposed area because they were so like, oh my God, she's tipped over. Oh my. It was about 5 people, women and men. They all they had to pull the couch off of me. And I'm still upside down like a turtle. Oh, help me. I can't get up. I fell and I can't get up. So they lift me, got me up, pulled me up. I could have died. Oh, yeah. The most embarrassing thing to ever happen to me in my life. I think I'll have nightmares about that until I die. But they were nice. I don't think they saw anything because they were so concerned with the couch being on top of me. And so I hobbled over and, you know, got my key to my car. They said, come back. Don't worry. We'll see you the next 5,000 miles. And it's okay, ma'am. One man said, my wife had her knee replaced too. You know, she fell off the ladder. She thought she was doing better too. And she went up on the ladder to try to clean the gutters and she fell. So don't feel bad about it. I said, how old is your wife? It's about 70. I said, oh, I ain't 70. So embarrassing. But I could have died. And when I was in my car driving home, I thought about that. I said, what if I had died? Was I ready to meet my maker? I thought about it. I said, am I paid up in my prayers? Thank God I was, because I had made dua. My appointment was at 2:45. So I had made dua before I left. So I said I was paid up in my prayers. Okay. I paid off all my debts with the Ramadan. I made up my fast from Ramadan. I mean, I started thinking like that. You know, what debts do I have? I got a bunch of credit card debts. And I said, but alhamdulillah, I got insurance, my life insurance. And I got a will. It's in my will that when I die, take my life insurance before anybody gets their money and pay off all my credit card debts. And I got enough insurance to bury me and pay off all them credit cards that you gotta have in order to survive in America. Otherwise, if you ain't got no credit, you can forget it. Okay? So I said, I'm paid up in that. And then I said, but what ongoing charity do I have? Because it's all about having charity that's going to follow you after the grave. I said, well, my lectures. I said, I did put my videos out this last night. So alhamdulillah, my lectures are out there. So that could be ongoing charity for me. Anybody that listens to my lectures and stuff and learn even one thing, you know, that'll be charity for me. But how many of us think that way? It takes a near-death experience for us to think like that? That's the way we should think every day. Every day before we go to sleep, we should ask ourselves, am I paid up in my dues to Allah first? Am I paid up with Allah? Are my debts with Allah satisfied? And then ask yourself, are my debts with man satisfied? Because death can come. I mean, that was a horrific, you know, I'm going to have nightmares of me like a turtle up in the air with this white couch on top of me because I didn't know. So, and there's a lesson to be learned for you sisters. When y'all get total knee replacement surgery, I'm telling you, when your doctor tells you that you will never be, your knees will never bend 100%, mine is at 90. He means that because I'm telling you, if you sit in a low seat, and I remember he told me, don't ever sit on a low couch. Don't ever sit on a low couch because you will have a hard time getting up because your knees will not bend past 90%. And when you sit on a low couch, it requires 110 to get up most times. I forgot that. I was just walking along thinking I was all that in a bag of chips, got my new Somali outfit on and feeling good, lost weight, you know. Death. Like the prophet said, never forget the destroyer of pleasure. He'll creep up on you when you least expect it. Are you ready for it? Are you paid up in your dues? Think about it. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and start my class. And by the way, this part of the book that we're covering, what Sheikh Kareem Abu Zaid is going into now. Now he's going to teach us in this chapter how to live in a non-Islamic society or environment and maintain your Islamic identity and get others to accept you, not you trying to get them to have them to accept you. You know what I'm talking about? Without conforming to them. Because this is a problem nowadays. Our children, you know, they want to be accepted by the kafir, so they end up succumbing to the kafir's lifestyle. Well, no, we don't do that. We maintain our Islamic identity and we get them to accept us the way we are. We're not going to change or conform. And that's what this chapter is about. And let me put the PowerPoint up on the screen. And for the children here, and let me make this announcement too, because I forgot the Sunnahfollower kids are here. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a new class, The Names of Allah. It's not taught by me. It's going to be taught by Sister Sama, who is this is taught by Sister Sama Khamis from Egypt. So she will be teaching this class. I want everybody here. I want everybody to join the Zoom room because I will not stream. Sister Sama's class will not be streamed. So if you want to participate, which I highly encourage you, she's going to break down, like I do, the names of Allah, their meaning, how to apply it to your life. But it's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday starting tomorrow. You have to join the Zoom room because I am not going to stream it. And guess what? I'm not even going to record it because I want to see how it goes first. So I'm not going to stream it, nor am I going to record it. I'll record it, but I'm not going to post it. I want to see how it goes first. Everybody understand that? So you have to join the Zoom room. That's tomorrow morning at 10. Okay, so with that said, let me put the PowerPoint up on the screen for today. And by the way, I don't want y'all turning these people, these brothers are everywhere. I just want to make this announcement because we have another epidemic. It's called the celebrity scholar. Have y'all heard that term? Celebrity scholar? Have you sisters heard of that? This is a big problem with our ummah. You sisters, you women, y'all follow these men like they're movie stars, like they're celebrities. I don't want none of my female students doing that. These brothers are everywhere. Who cares? I don't care. And I don't want y'all to care because it ain't about the celebrity status. Because a lot of these celebrity men, and I ain't talking about Kareem, but there's a lot of celebrity brothers who are on trial right now for rape. There's a lot of these famous celebrity men that y'all think are gods who are on trial for child molestation. There's a lot of these celebrity men that y'all think are gods and y'all follow them and y'all watch them all over YouTube. They've done some filthy things. And so I don't teach my students to follow after no man like that. Oh no, these brothers are speakers. They just speakers. Ain't none of them scholars. I want y'all to understand that. The true scholars of this religion are not celebrities. They don't have time to go on the Dean show. The true scholars, you're never going to see them on the Dean show. You're never going to see them on TV. You're not even going to see them sitting on a YouTube channel. Y'all know I can't even get Sheikh Morsi to come in here. What does he say? I'm so busy. They're too busy. The real scholars are busy dealing with the fitan. They're too busy trying to call the simple Muslim back to la ilaha illallah. So don't follow none of these brothers like that. None of them, not Kareem, any of them. They're just brothers. I'm making a point to you sisters. There's a hadith. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said a woman will follow a no good man all the way to the hellfire. Nature of a woman. If the man looks good, if the man is a good speaker, if the man writes a book, y'all think he's God himself. Y'all think he's a scholar. Y'all think he's somebody to follow. Y'all think he's somebody to throw yourself at. You throw your underwear at him. Oh yeah, women do that. Ask Molly. He'll tell you. He's had women throw their underwear at him. Oh yeah. You sisters, I'm not teaching y'all to be that type of woman. Hello. Y'all need to be following me, lailanasheeba, not a man. Can't no man, not even Kareem. Even Kareem Abu Zayd, may Allah bless him, he cannot teach any of you sisters how to be a woman better than Layla. Y'all got it? This is for the new sisters and the old. Can't no brother on this planet give you anything in regards to knowledge that I can't give you. So follow me. And you ain't gonna see me on no Dean show. I don't care about no Dean show. Dean show can go somewhere. Seriously, I don't care about no Dean show. There's a lot of other crap on the Dean show too. Hello? There's a lot of crappy people that's on the Dean show. Did you women know that? Some of the brothers charged with rape were on the Dean show. Did y'all know that? I'm just going to keep it real because we got a problem in America. Some of these brothers that are being held on charges right now of raping women in their communities and molesting kids were on the Dean show. So I don't care about no Dean show. The only show that you sisters need to be paying attention to is the Sunnahfollowers show. So you can learn what a wal Bara means. Y'all understand that? And I just have to keep it real. It's my job as a dyer. I ain't biting my tongue. Y'all understand that? This is the show that you women in the world need to be concerned with. Because ain't none of these brothers gonna give you anything better than what I can give you. Because I'm a woman. They ain't. They can give you something. Oh, they can give you something I can't give you. That's why a lot of them are up on charges for giving what I can't give. I ain't here to give y'all that. And I ain't talking about Kareem. But I just have to put it out there because I have to let y'all know to not be foolish, to not be deceived. We're living in the days of fitan, the days where Allah has sent war to us. Be careful, women. Take it from me. I'm an old woman. You guys are young girls. I'm 63. Y'all in y'all 30s and 40s and 20s. Y'all better learn from this 63-year-old woman. I'm older than all these brothers. And I got a lot I can tell y'all about them too. If y'all only knew what I know. Okay. So let's get real. By the way, love you, Kareem. It was nice he was on Dean's show. He's good, you know. I like Kareem Abu-Zayd. Y'all know that. But I don't want none of my young girls. I don't want none of my young girls falling in love with no celebrities. It ain't about that. You end up like that one sister. What's that one chick that's on TikTok? Y'all see her? She going viral on TikTok because one of these famous brothers propositioned her. Y'all see that? That's what happens when y'all fall in love with these celebrity men. You're going to get hurt. All right. Fall in love with Layla. Because I ain't into the LGBTQ. Fall in love with me. I'll give you knowledge. All right. Okay, the kids are laughing. By the way, guys, the kids think I'm crazy. They sitting here laughing. The kids always get me. All right, let's put the PowerPoint up. Yeah, that's good. She said her mother told her that. Okay, Amina said her mother told her the same thing too. Don't trust nobody. You can't trust people in this world today. Isn't that one of the signs of the last hour? The prophet said that trust is something hard to come by. We're living in those days. You can't trust to send your kid to a Muslim school. You can't trust to take your kid to the park without the kid hooking up. Oh, that's happening. Truthfulness is gone today. So I don't want none of my female followers in love with some celebrity man. Forget that crap. You better keep all eyes on me. Okay? And this PowerPoint. So let's put the PowerPoint on the screen. All right. So today we're covering pages 405. We move to the next chapter of this wonderful masterpiece that Sheikh Kareem Abu-Zayd has put together for you brothers and sisters to learn. We're going to speak about in this chapter how to balance your faith, how to balance your iman, living in a non-Islamic society, how to maintain your identity as a Muslim woman without compromising it, which is what a lot of people are doing today. You're compromising your Islamic identity. And let's take a look at it here. As Sheikh Karim Abu Zayd begins, he says, in an age that's characterized by the mingling of cultures and beliefs, the mingling of different understandings, a challenge emerges for us. And that challenge is, how can I maintain the principles of Islam? How can I live Islam? How can I implement wal Bara? How can I keep my identity as a strong believing Muslim when I'm living in such a society that's filled with other beliefs that contradict what Allah says? Other cultures, other practices, other understandings that contradict our belief system. Well, that's what this chapter of Sheikh Karim Abu Zayd's book will focus on that. He'll give suggestions on how to do that. And we start off with this verse. I want you guys to remember, I've been trying to emphasize everything that's happening in the world today. We live in some bad times. We're living in the days in which Islam is strange, Islam is distorted. Muslims are not practicing the religion correctly. We are living in the days in which we are following scholars instead of following those companions. We're taking the opinions of scholars over what the companions said. You know, but everything that's happening is happening, and Allah willed it to happen. Not only did he will it to happen, he knew it would happen. And he told us how to conduct ourselves during these days too. And for those of you who attend my Signs of the Last Hour class, we've gone over those hadiths that illustrate how Allah has told us to behave during that time. So it was Allah's will that we Muslims would never be the majority. In fact, we discussed the hadith where the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that we Muslims will never be the majority. Even when Jesus comes back, even though the entire world will convert to Islam, hypocrisy will appear amongst them. He said the Christians will always have the upper hand over us. Why? Because of 6 characteristics that they have which are good. So that hadith alone, and that hadith is authentic, it's Sahih Muslim. That hadith alone is the proof that this is what Allah willed. He never willed for us to be the majority. He always willed and for us to be the minority. So he told us what to do. He told us how to live on this earth as a minority. Listen to what he says in the interpretation of the meaning. Invite to the way of your Lord with wisdom and good instruction, and argue with them in a way that is best. So here from this verse, you can see that it was always Allah's will that most of us would be surrounded by people who don't believe La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. Even in the so-called Muslim lands, there's a lot of hypocrites. So living in a non-Muslim society, it presents a challenge for us. The challenge of being able to maintain my identity and the principles of Islam and still survive in that society. And not just survive, but thrive in it too. I have to be able, to live on this earth as a minority. And the Quran offers the clear guidance on how to do that. We got the example of the companions. The companions were the minority too. They had to migrate. Some went to Abyssinia, some went to Yemen, some went to Medina. Okay? But they taught us how to maintain that Muslim identity while living in non-Muslim lands. Okay? And that's why it's important for us to learn about those companions, those original companions. I tell you, Muslims all today, there is nothing that any of us are experiencing today that those companions have not experienced. Whoever told you that the Muslims were a majority ever is a liar. They were never a majority and never will be. Okay? Listen to what Allah says in the interpretation of the meaning. O mankind, we created you from a male and female, and we made you into races and tribes so you can get to know each other. And the best of you in the sight of Allah is the one who is most righteous and most God conscious. Subhanallah. This verse here, Allah is telling us this was his plan. This was his will. This was his decree, that we all come from different races, that we all speak different languages. That's why as a female daya, I get so angry when my female students will come to me and say, Sister Layla, we were told that we'll never make it to paradise because we don't speak Arabic. We were told that Arabic is the language of paradise. There was a brother from Kuwait giving a lecture at the mosque, and he was saying that Arabs are better than anybody else because they speak Arabic. Well, whoever this brother is, he's an idiot. I don't care if he's from Kuwait, UAE, or wherever. He needs to go back and learn La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. And he needs to go back and learn that that was the last speech that the prophet gave. He said, no Arab is better than a non-Arab. Who cares that you speak Arabic? So what? It's just a language. That's not your belief system. There's a lot of Arabs that's going to be in hell. Who are the Gog and the Magog coming for? The Gog and the Magog are coming. They're not going to go around the entire earth. They're not going to go to America. When the Gog and the Magog come, they're not destroying Europe. They're not coming to destroy America or Asia or Australia. They're coming with one focus, to destroy those Kuwait. Oh yeah, they're going to destroy all the Arabs in Kuwait, all the Arabs in UAE, all the Arabs in Saudi, all the Arabs in Oman, all the Arabs in Bahrain. Because you thought you was all that in a bag of chips when you were the first people to deviate away from the truth. You sold this religion for the bitter price of fame and oil. Stop telling Muslims that garbage. Stop telling Muslims that because they don't speak Arabic, they'll never understand Islam. They'll only understand 10% of the Quran. Did Allah say that? Did the Prophet Muhammad say that? Did he tell the woman that raised him, Baraka? Baraka was not Arabic. She was Abyssinian. She spoke broken Arabic. And the people used to tease her, make fun of her, because she didn't understand Arabic well. And the prophet had to stand up. What's the source? Bukhari. He had to stand up and tell them, you know, you want to make fun of her because she doesn't understand a word? This woman is better than any of you. This is the woman that raised me. This is the woman that cared for me when my mother couldn't. Subhanallah. And she was a black woman. And he called her mother. So, you know, stop telling these people that you better than them because you speak some language. Language ain't got nothing to do with it. Allah says here, the best of you is not the one who speaks Arabic. He says the best of you in his sight is the one who's righteous, the one who's conscious of him, the one who believes in him. Ain't no language ain't mentioned in no hadith or no verse of the Quran, sisters. And y'all stop letting these Arabs beat y'all down with that. Anytime, I'm going to give y'all a clue. I am Arabic, and I don't speak it on purpose. To prove to you, you ain't got to speak it to know your deen. And I challenge any of them to tell me that I don't understand Islam when they can't teach what I teach. I teach Aqidah. Okay? Let me give you sisters a clue. Anyone that comes up to you and tells you that they better than you because they speak Arabic, that's a person that's twisted. That's a person that has hasad, jealousy, hatred for you in their heart, because they can look at you and see that you love Allah. You understand this religion better than them, that your enthusiasm to please Allah is better than theirs. So they feel inferior to you. So they think the only thing that they can tell you is, well, I can speak Arabic and you can't. Don't fall for that okie doke stupidity. Allah says the best of you in his sight is the one who is righteous and conscious of him. So as Muslims, we are urged to identify and celebrate with each other. Allah didn't make a mistake making your language English. There's the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told those companions who made fun of barakah. He said language comes from Allah. All language comes from him. She had nothing to do with what language she speaks, just like you have nothing to do with what language you speak. Allah is the creator of language, and he can understand even the goldfish in the sea. That's what he told her then. Okay? Allah didn't make no mistakes in nothing. Everything that is in existence is because he willed it. And he never forgets, nor is he capable of mistakes. Our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam emphasized unity and respect. He emphasized being kind to your brother and sister in Islam, being kind to your neighbors, even if the neighbors are not even Muslim. That's the pious one. Who is the best of you in Allah's sight? The one who is righteous, the one who is kind, the one who is good. When the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam migrated to Medina, we talked about that in my cousin Mukhtar's class. The Constitution of Medina, that was an example as to how our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was all about righteousness. Because even though the Muslims were living with Jews and Christians, they were non-Muslims, he still put a constitution together, giving everyone rights, ensuring peace and justice for everyone, regardless of their religion, their race, their color, their social status, or any of that. So this was all the qadr of Allah. This was the will of Allah, that we all thrive together in the same society, even though we have different beliefs, different practices, different ways of worship. Okay? That's why the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam emphasized making learning your religion the priority. Listen to what Allah says in the interpretation of the meaning. Read in the name of your Lord. As Muslims, we are guided by the Quran to seek knowledge of Allah, to seek knowledge of our way of life. Islam is not just a religion. It's a way of life. Allah is going to ask you, why come you didn't know the correct way to pray? Why didn't you know the correct way to dress? Why didn't you know what's lawful and what's unlawful? Why didn't you know how to live and get along with non-Muslims? Weren't there people to teach you? Weren't there messengers amongst you? Oh, yeah. Instead of y'all running after the celebrity scholars, you should be in my class. Who cares who's on the Dean show? Who cares who's on CNN? Who cares who's on TV? That's the problem. We watch too much television. Turn off the TV. Turn that television off. Turn that computer off. Stop hopping around on YouTube watching TV. And instead come to lailanasheeba's classes and learn your aqidah, learn your religion, learn your belief, learn what wal Bara is. Learn how to pray correctly. Learn how to dress correctly. Most of you Muslim women are not dressed correctly. You got turbans on, imitating that Somali woman who should be at home being a mama. We don't wear turbans. You're cursed for that. Or you got on abayas with your belts on. We don't wear belts. Are you women crazy? You don't even know how to dress properly. You got your feet out. You showing the top of your foot. And it ain't because you fell off the couch. Okay? So we have to learn our religion. This is a requirement from Allah, guys, that we seek the proper knowledge of our religion. Because how can I please my Lord if I don't know what makes him pleased? How can I stay away from what's evil if I don't know what the evil is? And then once you learn your religion, then you should share it. Share your knowledge. Allah says, save your soul and your family. When you guys come to my classes and participate, whatever you learn here, you share it with your children. First and foremost. For you brothers, because I got 70%. Hey guys, it went up. 72% of my followers are men. When you brothers come to my classes and learn, share with your wives and tell them to share with the kids. Remember, the Prophet ﷺ said the best of people are also those who are beneficial to others, those who help others. Subhanallah. Also, further proof that everything that's happening on this planet right now is happening because Allah willed it. We Muslims will never be the majority. Allah said that. Even when Jesus come, even though the people will convert to Islam, they'll still be, after 5 years, they'll go back to their old ways. They'll be worse. They'll be worse. They'll be worshiping idols again. Worse. Listen to what Allah says in the interpretation of the meaning. Say, O people of the book, come to a common word between us and you. As the Prophet ﷺ told us in that authentic hadith, the source of Sahih Muslim, the Christians will always be the majority. The Christians will always have the upper hand over us. But that doesn't mean that we can't live together and get along. Allah is telling us here in this verse, you tell the other people of the book, you tell the Christians, the non-Muslims in your society, you want to call them to Islam in a nice way, a kind way. And I'm going to tell you guys, dawah is not through the tongue. True dawah is from your actions. This verse is not telling you sisters to go out and try to knock on your neighbor's door and say, hi, I'm going to teach you Islam. No, you ain't qualified. Most of us are not qualified to teach Islam because we don't understand it ourselves. That's why the Prophet said, dawah is from your behavior. The way that you carry yourself, the politeness that you have with your neighbors, that's calling them. That's calling them to a common word. The way you're nice to their children and helpful, that's calling them to a good word, a common word. The way that your children are respectable, your children, are trustworthy, that's calling them to a common word between you. So dawah is not with the tongue. Again, especially in 2024, most Muslims living on this planet right now does not understand the basics. So I would suggest you keep your mouth shut. Show us. Like the Prophet Muhammad said, whatever is in the heart, if faith is in your heart, it's going to show through your actions. Show us. Show the people through your actions. So, adopting positive local customs without compromising your faith. This is a way that we can call the people. For example, there's a neighborhood, you have a neighborhood meeting, and the tenants all decide that we're going to do block watch. We're going to keep our eyes open. If we see any strange people in the neighborhood or any strange behavior, we'll report it to the police. So you participate in that. That's something good. You participate in that. Oh, yes, I'm willing to keep my eyes open. So adopting positive local customs that don't compromise our identity, that doesn't compromise our faith, we can do living amongst the non-Muslims. And also, if you still struggle with how to balance your identity, seek guidance from the true people of knowledge. I ain't talking about the Dean show and watching TV. I'm talking about the true people of knowledge in your community. Talk with your local imams. Talk with the local people of authority that are Muslims in your community, and ask them how you can balance your identity living in this non-Muslim, environment. Okay? I have to do this TV thing, guy, because we spend too much time on this YouTube. I'm going to tell you, if y'all could hear, I'm going to talk about it in my Call In and Ask Sister Layla live show today. If y'all could hear the phone calls I get from these sisters about what's going on with their children, how their children are doing all kind of corrupt things because they spend all their time on YouTube watching these people, it's just, it makes me want to throw up. Another reason I lost weight. I can't eat. I don't have an appetite because I hear too much filth. And also, guys, there's other things that we can do to navigate the balance of living in a non-Muslim environment and maintaining my identity, such as this. Number one, learn the religion. Learn your religion correctly. Attend regular classes taught by bona fide, qualified people. Classes of Aqidah, belief. I don't care, all that other stuff, Arabic. I'm sorry, guys. You can take all the Arabic classes you want to. That ain't saving you from the hellfire. You got to have the correct belief system. Y'all understand that? Take Aqidah classes to learn what the true identity of a Muslim should be. And then learn how to separate that identity from the cultural things that impede it. For example, as Muslims, our children are learning from TV and YouTube and their schools that it's okay to be gay. You have to sit down with your kids and let them know this contradicts our belief system. Oh, no. Can I be friends with him, Mom? I know he's gay or he has a pronoun called her, but can he be my friend? Explain why not. No, he can't. That doesn't mean that you mistreat Johnny. That doesn't mean that you beat Johnny up. That doesn't mean that you call Johnny names, but no, you cannot play with him. I don't want you dealing with Johnny because Johnny's life choice, his lifestyle contradicts ours. So you have to learn a religion and teach your kids how to separate from that which contradicts our beliefs. And also another thing that I tell these foreign Muslims, you got to learn the laws of this country. One of the things, I am a licensed paralegal. And one of the things that ticks me off is this boycotting crap. I have never, when I saw that list that people put out, Muslims put out about companies that support Israel, all these American companies, and ain't none of those companies supporting it. You want to know why? Because do y'all know that I can't just send money to Israel? Did y'all know that? This is the United States of America. Just like if I want to send money to Palestine, I can't. I have to go through the federal government to do that. I have to go through some red tape, some laws, and get approvals from this government agency, from that government. That's not how America works. When I saw CoverGirl, Starbucks, McDonald's is a franchise, you silly Muslims. Starbucks is a franchise, you silly Muslims. Nike shoes is a franchise. Y'all put all these stores on this list. If they wanted to send money to Israel, they couldn't. That's not how America works. The only one that can send money to another country is the U.S. government. Y'all better take some civic classes. I had to tell so many Muslim Arabs, take some civic classes. I was born in the USA. We learn about that stuff. Y'all learn about embargoes. We learn that stuff in the 5th grade. We learn in the 5th grade. Understand the laws of the country. You people look silly. And you wonder why the non-Muslims think that we're ignorant. They laugh at that. What did Queen Latifah say? Queen Latifah say they got CoverGirl on this list. She say, what's up with these here? Are they crazy? She said, I'm a black woman. My name should tell you something. How the heck I'm going to send some money to Israel anyway if I wanted to? You know, the hip hop artists laughed at us. They said, these people crazy. And then some people try to, they're not American Arabs. They're Arabs that came from overseas. Their country is messed up. Y'all make us look stupid. Okay. Learn the laws of the country. Okay. Also, learn and practice the pillars of Islam. Learn how to pray correctly. Learn the rules of fasting. Learn that this earth, the whole earth is a place of worship. I don't have to go to my school or to my job and meet with the boss and say, I need a prayer room. Allah made this entire earth a place of worship for us. I don't have to have a prayer room to go and pray. Prayer is private between me and Allah. And again, that's where you got to learn the laws of the country. America's always been a Zionist country. It says it in our Constitution. There's a separation between religion and state. Don't nobody have to give you no prayer room. And participate in local activities that don't compromise your behavior. For example, say that your neighborhood is having a cultural fest. Where I live at, in the city I live in, we have cultural fests all summer long because there's 50 different suburbs. We got the Italian suburb, the Palestinian suburb, Egyptian suburb. We got the Bosnian suburb. We got the Puerto Rican side of town. Okay. So they have cultural fests all the time. Participate in them and make a booth, where you're selling your Islamic stuff. Islamic food. The food wagon comes by. This is food wagon day. Party in the park. I'm going to set up a booth. I'm going to sell some baklava. I'm going to sell some pitas. I'm going to sell some Somali food. Introduce the people to my Somali cuisine. Okay? That'll open the door to people saying, oh, wow, you're not the way I thought. Oh, you're just like us. And, oh, wow, this is nice. And always seek guidance from the people and knowledge in your community. Again, not TV, not Dean's show, whatever your local Islamic leaders are. And always remember, as Muslims, we enjoin the good and forbid the evil. So we're always going to stand up for what's right. I ain't talking about doing like some of these famous celebrity brothers have done, advocating for gay rights, No, I'm talking about standing up for justice like Black Lives Matter, gunning down people, innocent people, little kids. Okay? I'm talking about justice. His shop is being vandalized. What are you doing as a city to protect his shop, his property? Stand up for justice without transgressing the limits of a law. Okay? And also spend time with the children. Educate your Muslim children. Let them know that being Muslim is something to be proud of. You shouldn't be proud because you're Somali. I'm not proud because I'm Egyptian. I'm not proud because I'm also half Viking. I'm proud because I'm Muslim. I was born in America. I'm 63 years old. And I worked for the government, just retired. If you Google me, it pops up. Where it says race, it says other. I have never claimed to be Arabic, never claimed to be Black, never claimed to be white, Asian, none of that. I've been checking the box other since I was 6 years old because that's what my mother taught me to do. And if they want me to put it down, I'll write down Muslim. Muslim. That's my identity. You want to identify with a pronoun? I have always identified with a noun. My noun is Muslim. What's your race, Layla? Muslim. What's your religion? Muslim, Islam. What are you? Muslim. Where you from? Muslim, Islam. Where you from, Layla? Islam. That's what I've always said all my life since I was 6 years old. And it's right that you Google me to pop up race other. Look how many of you been coming to my classes since 1986. You never knew what I looked like. You was, oh, she's got to be Black because I have the African-American accent. Oh, yeah, I was raised in African-American community. Hello, Malcolm X peoples. Oh, yeah, Darul Islam. But when I turned that camera on 3 years ago, all of y'all was shocked, weren't you? Oh, my God, she's Arabic. Oh, yeah, I'm Muslim. Teach that to your children. Teach your children to identify as a Muslim and be proud of that. And also teach your children and yourselves that as Muslims, even though we don't agree with these other belief systems, we respect them.